Welcome to the online course, The Cross for the Crescent, equipping Christians to reach Muslims and disciple new believers. I want to begin by sharing a deeply personal story that has shaped the heart behind this course. I was just 8 years old when the civil war broke out in Lebanon, a conflict that pitted Christians and Muslims against each other. At the age of 14, I was shot by a Muslim sniper. The bullet lodged in my back, narrowly missing my spine. To this day, that bullet remains in my back. Every time I pass through a metal detector and hear the beep, I'm reminded of God's provision of sparing my life. At that time, I was a nominal Christian, someone who identified with the faith culturally, but who had never truly encountered Christ. That experience left me deeply wounded, not just physically, but spiritually. Bitterness and hatred filled my heart, and I made a vow to seek revenge on every Muslim I would ever meet. But God had other plans. As the years went by and my heart grew darker, Jesus met me in the depth of my pain and transformed my life. He replaced my hatred with forgiveness and my desire for vengeance with a passion to share the gospel, especially with those I once considered my enemies. If Christ could redeem someone like me, He can redeem anyone, including Muslims. Proverbs tell us, many are the plans in a man's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. What I had planned for evil, God turned it into good. My heart broke over the division between Christians and Muslims in Lebanon during that time. It broke even more when I moved to the United States and witnessed the growing hostility after the tragic events of September 11. But I believe with all my heart that only Jesus can turn down the wall of separation and hostility between us. As the Apostle Paul wrote, Christ came to make one humanity out of the two, reconciling both to God through the cross. When we think of Muslims, we must move beyond images of violence or extremism. Though Islam has often been associated with conflict, Muslims are people created in the image of God, loved by Him, and deeply in need of the hope only Christ can give. That's why this course exists. In 1972, there were roughly 450 million Muslims in the world. Today, that number has grown to over 1.6 billion, and it continues to rise. Yet less than 2% of our global evangelistic efforts are directed toward the Muslim world. Jesus told His disciples to open their eyes and see that the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are still few. We cannot remain on the sidelines. We must be those laborers. My prayer is that through this course, your heart will be stirred, your eyes open, and your life equipped to reach out in love, truth, and boldness. Jesus gave us the Great Commission, not just to know it, but to live it. Let's take the gospel to the nations, starting with the Muslim world. Across the globe, millions of Christians find themselves living, working, and interacting with Muslim neighbors. Whether in the heart of the Middle East, on the streets of Western cities, or in digital spaces. Yet many believers feel uncertain about how to engage Muslims with the love and truth of Jesus Christ. This course is designed to equip Christians from both the East and the West with a deeper understanding of Islamic beliefs, practices, and worldview, while building a Christ-centered foundations for respectful, loving, and effective gospel engagement. Together, let's learn to build bridges of understanding, walk across them with the boldness of the gospel, and present the cross to the people of the Crescent. This course is made up of 3 modules. Each module includes 3 sessions, and every session contains 3 parts. Altogether, you'll work through 9 sessions, 24 parts, plus a final conclusion. Module 1 is Foundation, Understanding Islam. The objective is to equip students with historical and theological understanding of Islam to build respectful, informed engagement. Module 2 is engagement, understanding worldviews, apologetics, and sharing Christ. The objective is to help learners understand cultural worldview differences, develop tools for apologetics and evangelism. Module 3, discipleship, walking with Christians from Muslim background. The objective is to equip Christians and churches to support converts, disciple them, and engage in prayer and partnership. I'm so delighted to walk this journey with you on how to reach Muslims with the gospel and disciple and assimilate new believers from Islam into the fellowship of the church. See you soon.